Hello and welcome to a new video in our section of quick facts on control environment agriculture. My name is Carla Garcia, Hort America's Technical Service, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. In Hort Americas, we work all the time on providing the most updated information to our customers. For this, we select different conferences that we attend in order to learn and speak with scientists to provide the most updated information to you. So today, I want to share a little bit of my experience in one of the most important conference that we have in United States in order to learn about horticulture. This is the ASHS conference. So this year we attend this conference in Orlando and we were able to learn a lot. So this is an event where a community of scholars, people from faculty and also some students present the research done in the laboratories. So in this case, we are able to see all the research that is taking place right now in a specific for one of the most important topics that we manage, which is everything that is in control environment agriculture. So there was a section in this event for growth chambers and greenhouse management, and I was attending most of the conference, trying to attend all of them, and I'm very excited about sharing the information that we learn about the research that is taking place right now in different universities. So let's start with a brief summary of the topics that were more mentioned on this section at the conference. Remember, I was able to attend the Growth Chamber and Control Environment section at the ASHS conference, and there were a lot of presentations. However, some topics were like more mentioned, there were more research done in these areas. First, we have the evaluation of far red. I was able to hear about different research on different crops about how far red can affect in a beneficial way or can also affect the growth of different crops. Another important topic was the evaluation of UV lighting. There were a lot of research done on UV lighting. I will present a little bit of everything that I heard about for one specific crop. And other aspect was the use of light intensity and how is the impact for leafy greens. So you know right now something that is really important for indoor production is efficiency. So one topic that was mentioned was we need to find a way to produce more, and one way is, for example, like increasing intensity, but we, of course, need to take care of the quality and the behavior of the plant. So there were a lot of research done also, like trying to maximize yield inside of indoor facilities. So let's start explaining some of the research that was presented at this event. A lot of different research was presented in this section, so I was able to pick or select some of the research that I think is a good example for the list that I previously mentioned. So in this case, I'm going to speak about the research of controlling end of production by using blue light intensity to promote anthocyanin production. We learned on our previous video the importance of blue light to promote the red color on red lettuce. So this is very linked to the anthocyanin production. Anthocyanin is the one that will produce the red color on lettuce. So in this case, we have research done by Texas A&M University where different treatments were made. In this case, it was very interesting because they use different light intensity of blue light in this case, and for different photo periods. So in this case, it was duration, the evaluation of duration, and also the intensity of the light and how this will impact the color on lettuce. I was able to take a picture. So here I have a photo showing the results. So you are able also to judge the results in here. We can see that when we have high intensity, of course, you will notice a red color in less time. We have a photo period of 8 hours with good coloration with an intensity of 135. And then we have, for example, blue light for for a longer period of time, like 24 hours or 16 hours, and we can also see the result. So what's very interesting about this research is that they also mention the energy consumption. So they were able to prove that if you have low intensity for a long time in a photo period, that will end up having less consumption, which is something interesting. Important aspect to mention: the DLI was the same for all the treatments, adding blue light. So in here you can see the results, and of course be able to judge the result and think about maybe using this kind of treatment for your facility. So another very important research presented was on strawberry. I think strawberry right now is a very hot topic for indoor farming, so it's a great topic for research. So in this case, Yuhin Park from the Arizona State University was able to present the flowering response of a strawberry in indoors. So this is particularly very excited kind of research for me because I was able to do very similar research, and in this case the research was actually confirming the results that I was able to investigate some years ago. So the research was about to test how photoperiod can have an impact on flowering response. We have a lot of cultivars right now that are very important, like Albion, for example, for the strawberry production. Albion is a cultivar that have been categorized as a day neutral plant, meaning that this plant doesn't have any response to photoperiod. However, on the research done previously by Kubota Lab, when I was able to be part of the lab, and now by Yuhin Park, we confirm that Albion is showing a facultative long day response. So this means that it has a different response from the current classification. So it's a very important result, and it has a lot of application right now in indoors and even in greenhouses. And another important aspect about this research is that Yuhin Park was able to use far red in addition to the regular lamps that we usually use for this kind of research. And I was able also to see that flowering can be more effective by adding far red. In general, there were multiple presentations showing the effect of UV lighting on different crops. I think this is a very new topic too, about how to use UV light inside of growing systems. We know that this light can be not as much efficient at other colors, so I think it's very important to evaluate if we really require or we are really having a benefit on the use of UV lighting. So in this case, we have the research done by the Cornell University. The interesting part of this research is that they were also presenting results from different research, one of them showing how UV light can increase some cannabinoids in cannabis, and other one refuting this result. So this was another experiment to try to know what is going on. Sometimes it depends on the experiment. That's why it's very important to have multiple research by different universities of different scientists. So in this case, they evaluate the effect of end of cycle supplemental UV radiation on yield and cannabinoid quality on hemp. They use supplemental UV light in the middle of the photo period, very similar to the research that they were presenting from other scientists. And they found out the UV lighting doesn't add any benefit, at least to yield or also in the terms of cannabinoid content. So this is also important to explore. And of course, we can also wait for more results, for more research done in this topic. But until now, we can conclude that the use of UV lighting for enhancing yield or cannabinoid content in cannabis could probably not be beneficial. So far, I think we all know the importance of creating very efficient systems when we speak about plant factories. So, in this case, I will speak about the research done by Dr. Kelly Walters and her team at the University of Tennessee. They were presenting multiple research. So, here I tried just to put together a little bit of everything. They were presenting how light intensity and photo period can have an impact in yield and also the nutrition content of the product. So that is very important for plant factories. We want to maximize yield and also to create a product with high quality. So in this case, actually, this project was funded by NASA because in the space stations it's very important to produce as much as possible and as nutritious as possible. So they were evaluating the intensity, for example. They found out that for the brassica species that they were using, they found out that if the photo period is very long and also the intensity is very high, you can have problems with the development of the plant. Also, here I'm sharing some results of mustard and mizuna and how the intensity can have an impact on the yield. In the most cases, can increase the yield. They also did research on density. Higher density, of course, provide higher yield. However, the quality of the product was compromised. So this was a little bit of everything that was presenting by the University of Tennessee, which is doing right now very interesting research by the lab of Dr. Kelly Waters. So this is just a little of everything that was presented at the conference. I just tried to select some research as example, but there were a lot of great research presented at this conference. I cannot cover everything in one video, of course, but it's very important to know the kind of research that is being done right now from different universities, not only in the United States but in different countries. So in these spaces, you are able to hear the experience from the students and also from the scientists, the part of the faculty members at the universities doing research. And at least for me, it's very exciting and it's very interesting because you are able to see the methodologies and to ask questions. And it's always really important when you read a paper, you need to go and look for the methodology and look how the experiment was done, because that's why when we have multiple articles, sometimes we have different results by the same type of experiment. So sometimes there are some results that can be more accurate than other ones, and these kind of events, I think, are very important in order to evaluate the research and be able to learn from the people that know the most about the management of greenhouses and also plant factories. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and we are going to work on doing more for you. Let us know which kind of topics you would like to see in here, so we can prepare the topics of your interest. And please subscribe if you like this video so you can get notifications when a new video is uploaded. Remember, my name is Carla Garcia, Hort America's Technical Service. See you on the next video.